Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over a pair of boots. That's right, Asu's Heirloom, which is a pretty popular one among sorceresses. This particular pair of boots has the Evade grants 125% movement speed for 3 seconds. It's not exactly the one that everyone looks for. Most people are looking for the one that gives you the evade charges or the reduction in the evade cooldown. So it's not exactly the greatest passive effect. We also have a pretty massive movement speed bonus. As you can see, I already have my masterwork to 4, so mine's going to be a little bit higher than yours if you don't. But it does have 14.4 to 20.7% movement speed. And because of the way that this actual item works, you want the highest movement speed you can because it's going to change the amount that you get from the Asus. On top of this, we also get a 13.8% movement speed for 7 seconds after killing an elite, which does go as high as 14.4. This is also obviously going to help out the passive effect, which makes sense why it's there. We get another 65.6 to 86.2% critical strike damage, which is nice for pretty much any character that crits. And these boots are designed around critting. They also added resistance to all elements, which was a little odd for a pair of sorceress boots. And when I first saw this in the 1.50 patch notes, I was kind of like, I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially considering that sorceresses are one of the few characters that probably have no issues with resistances because they scale based off of intelligence, which gives them a massive amount of resistances in general. And I think even if I took off like my rings, my amulets, yeah, like I took off all my jewelry and I'm still at 76.9%. So like I definitely don't need that resistance that it's giving me, and I don't even have the boots on. So as you can see, I'm definitely overcapped in this particular regard by the Asus. Definitely a misstep on the developer's part to add resistance to all elements. It could be useful early on when you're struggling with resistances, but since this is kind of like an endgame item that a lot of people use, it definitely doesn't seem right. On top of this, it also gives a special effect, and the special effect is your critical strike chance is increased by 20 to 40% of your movement speed bonus. Now, if we take a look at our movement speed bonus, we currently have a movement speed bonus of 149.8, and of course, if we use our evade, we get a little bit of a speed bump there when we use our evade as well. Now, one thing to note about these particular boots, and it's definitely something that I've messed around with, is that the boots don't really show the percent increase to your critical strike chance in town. So if you go, let's actually go in town real quick because this counts as out of town when you're inside the training room. So if we go outside of or in town and we look at our critical strike chance, our critical strike chance is sitting at 57%, and if we pull off the boots, well, it actually does go up now. Maybe they fixed that. That was in a previous version that it wasn't showing the critical increase. That's rather interesting. Okay. Well, as you can see, when I use my spacebar to grant the bonus movement speed, I'm also going up in response to that as well. And when you kill an elite, you're going to go up in critical strike chance with that. So as you can see, a very nice bonus to your critical strike chance going from, what am I at before? 29.7%, which is like, that's meh. I mean, it's okay, I guess, to a pretty massive increase of 57%. Which is not bad at all. And then, of course, when I use the spacebar to evade, I get 68.7%. And that can, of course, go up a little bit higher depending on, like, if I kill an elite, I get to 14.44% there, and so forth and so on. And stacking as much movement speed as you can, obviously, is going to help to increase the effect to its maximum degree. As you can see, my current bonus is 27.3%. And then it goes up to 39% bonus when I use my evade, which of course is going to give me that little bit extra over. So a 39% critical strike bonus is a lot. It really is a lot, and I can understand why people are using these. I really wish they'd take that all resistances off and throw it to something else, because it does really seem like a wasted stat for this particular item. But so be it. It does have some flavor text on it. It says, while scholars have proven these boots were not created by Asu herself, it is noteworthy that they have been passed down since the formation of the Mage Clan's Baird's Book of Implements. And where do you find these? Well, the easiest place to find these, and what I usually like to do, is I go to Diablo4.life. I've been working with the website owner for quite some time, and we've been making all sorts of cool tools. And one of them is the target farming tool. This one's really neat. And basically, you can just click on Sork, and then you can click on the Asu's heirlooms, which are right here. And it's going to tell you that Asu's drop from the Echo of Arshan, which is one of the bosses, and also the Beast of the Ice. So if you farm Echo of Arshan and Beast in the Ice, you can find, the uniques you're looking for. And what you can also do is you can pair that up with other items. Like, for instance, maybe you want to find more than one item at the same time. Maybe I want to farm for a Talrosh's Loop. Well, Talrosh's Loop only comes from Echo of Arshan and not Beast in the Ice. So in that case, if I farmed Echo of Arshan, I could get Asus and Talrosh's Loop. Or for instance, like say I wanted to get my hands on something like Flame Weavers. Flame Weavers only drop from Grigore. Gloves of Illuminators, however, drop from Beast in the Ice. So in that case, I could farm Asus and Gloves of the Illuminator at the same time through Beast in the Ice. And this tool comes in handy for pretty much all the classes if you're looking to target farm specific items. So be sure to check out Diablo4.life for that. All in all, I think the changes that they did to Asu's heirlooms are good. They're definitely very powerful for a lot of characters, give you a lot of additional critical strike chance for just a boot slot, which is amazing. There are some other really nice boot aspects this season, like pull-ins and all sorts of other crazy things, which might tempt you away depending on what build you are. But I guess we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of the new Asu's heirlooms. Do you think the addition of all resistances was stupid? Do you think it should have evade charges? I mean, honestly, how many builds have you worked in Asu's into? I mean, a free 40% critical strike chance certainly isn't terrible, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining me for these fun little videos. I like going over all the items. Not only do I think, it's helpful to you guys, but I also think it's helpful to me to, learn more about the world of Diablo 4 so that I can better inform you of the options. And if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and as always, keep watching.